northeast for some kind of impact here down the road, maybe late next week.
Hi, everybody.
The weekend as well.
Goddess Taya, 4444.
This interaction earlier today. Here's one. I believe one thing is true.
Okay, the next sign that I'm reading for is Libra. Libra.
To Umberto, which was 93 hours. Libra. Now, this is kind of interesting because some of the latest forecast models have come out with this system getting a little bit stronger than we initially thought. I think either way, it's going to be out toward the Bahamas by the time we get to the weekend, and then this storm will
might be for a female.
Could be some kind of interaction
we'll see.
Here. It is an extremely messy forecast. You know how I really don't like it when I can't give you specifics. On
what message do you, Spirit guys, what message do you have for Libra? The most important message you have for Libra. Most important message you have for Libra.
In the Atlanta area. This is up in the northwest suburbs. Our very own Mike Seidel, who resides down in that area. Marietta, Georgia. We got a little downpour that happened earlier. We got some more storms that'll be rolling through Atlanta through the next several hours. Look, it's a storm system that's been moving through the south over the last couple of days. It's been round after round of rain. A lot of the rain has been west of Atlanta over the last couple of days, and now kind of starting to see some action getting a little bit closer to that area. So we could see some damaging wind gusts, very isolated here. This was a much larger area earlier where we had the level 1 risk, and now it's just for basically North Georgia and east central Alabama. We haven't seen too many storm reports. A couple over the last couple of hours out here in northeastern Alabama. That's going to be DeKalb or Jackson County most likely. And it's just been a couple of reports of some damaging wind. Actually, one just west of Atlanta, too. A little bit of wind damage there. But the severe weather outlook, again, it's much smaller than it was before. Going to see some pretty heavy rain, though. So be prepared for the possibility of some very isolated flooding issues. This is how it pans out through the overnight. We get into tomorrow morning, and actually tomorrow during the day, too. There's
Libra. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, Libra.
Significant rain in that region.
1 minute.
In the driver's seat.
Libra.
Come on, stay ahead of type 1.
How y'all doing? The cards that I pulled for y'all is a love offer.
Raise awareness about the importance of screening for type 1 diabetes.
Chaser.
All right, real talk. When our sweet boy Miles
The
ended up in the
other
hospital and was diagnosed with
woman
diabetes, we
or
were
man
completely unprepared. That's why I'm
detached,
advocating for screening. Talk to your doctor about early screening for type 1
restricted,
diabetes. Because if you have the opportunity to potentially avoid an emergency health situation, why wouldn't
escape,
you? Thank you, Sanofi, for engaging me to raise awareness about
healing,
the importance of screening for type 1 diabetes.
travel,
When our sweet
ego,
little Miles ended up in the hospital and was diagnosed with type 1
divine
diabetes,
timing.
either my husband or
Okay,
I
Libra,
it would be. It would have been so helpful to have known about
there's a
screening
third
if
party.
we could have had a little bit of time to prepare. I cannot tell you how much our lives would have changed. Everyone
You
should screen
may have a new love offer already. You may have a new love offer already. But there is a third party that's chasing up your ass. But you detached from them. You are detached from them. This third party has an ego, or maybe it could be you that got the ego.
Maybe that helps me get a girlfriend.
Your heart is restricted from them. Okay? But you got this other love offer right here. You got a new love offer right here. Right here. Got a new love offer right here, but it's coming in divine timing.
But how high could the water get in a place like Miami Beach here?
And
Science to tell us that is
this could be you. It could be the third party, your ex,
When the hurricane hits the coast,
drinking
that moving mass of
to
elevated
escape
water is
the
pushed
pain
over the shoreline. That's what
of
we
the
call storm surge.
detachment.
It's measured by how deep the water gets above the highest
It may be
normal
you
high tide.
drinking
The height of the storm surge can vary tremendously with
because
the size of the storm, the angle of
because
approach,
you're
and more.
waiting
But if the various
for
factors
divine
come together in
timing
something like a worst possible
for
way,
this new love
how high
offer,
could the water get
or
at any one
your
location? The National Hurricane Center has a tool that will give us
or
the answer. For essentially a worst case
it's
scenario, we
you
choose
are
category 5
healing.
at the top. Then if we zoom into the Miami area, you can read off the highest likely storm surge here. Here along the beach front of
Maybe
Miami
you want
Beach, you see the orange strip. That means a maximum water rise of up to 9 feet above normal
approach
high tide.
this new
But
love
in and around
offer,
downtown
but you don't
Miami,
know how
we see
to.
a lot of red
Okay,
areas.
you may
That means a
travel
surge of
too.
over 9 feet is possible. Since we never know exactly how and where a
Let's
hurricane is
see.
going to come ashore, evacuations and warnings are
On the
always
bottom
for
of
a
the
larger
deck, you
area
do have
and
a
ends up
choice.
getting hit. But the people that
You can
get hit
either
are
remain with
always
the
well
third
known.
party
Fox
or
Weather has you
accept
covered
this
this
new
hurricane
love
season.
offer
Find
right
out how to
here.
stream us free at foxweather.tv. Well, it's been about a year since Hurricane Helene hit the United States.
For this new love offer, it's a tough beginning. It's a tough beginning because this third party right here
some significant wind damage in parts of Georgia, and of
is
course,
chasing after you. They are not, he or she, they're not trying to let you go.
Western North Carolina mountains.
They are honestly trying not to let you go. Oh man, this new love offer is a twin flame.
I mean, you were just at home, right, in Asheville while all this was going down. It must have been really something else to go through. How bad was it?
That is a new love offer, your twin flame. But this third party trying not to let you go. They chasing after your ass. They press for your ass, ain't they?
Seem to have gotten the worst of it. There's so many different aspects of this. You know, you've got some of the mountain meteorology that somehow played into this.
But it's all right.
You know, the fact that we've got a hurricane, obviously, or the remnants of one. It was a tropical storm when it was over Western North Carolina. But I think one of the biggest problems
let me see.
is that we had something called a predecessor rain event, right? So this is basically where you get a bunch
I think
of
this
rain
third party is
right
immature
before a
too.
tropical
This
system
third
comes in.
party
So
is
the ground gets
skating
really
on
soaked,
thin
can't
ice.
handle anymore, and
Or
then
it
with
could
this,
be
tropical
you
rain that falls on top of
skating
that.
on thin
And I don't think
ice
anything could have really set
by
up worse for you guys there in Western North Carolina. You know, when we look back at some of the statements
not
that came out
making
from
a
the
move
Weather
on
Service,
this
in
new
Greenville,
love offer
Greenville,
with your
Spartanburg, I
twin.
think,
This is a
down
once
in
in a
South
lifetime
Carolina.
offer
That was
here.
the specific office. They did such
But
an
it could
unbelievably
be
tremendous
your
job forecasting this event. I mean, this is just all-time legendary forecasting here from these
your
guys.
ex
Some of the wording
skating on
this
thin
will be one of the
ice.
most
Yeah,
significant weather events to happen
she
in the
playing
western
games
Mississippi
with
area
you.
in the modern era.
She playing fucking
We
games and
pleaded
shit.
everyone to take every single weather warning
Or
very
it could
seriously,
be
et
you
cetera, et
playing the
cetera. It
game.
was very
I
well
mean, you know,
forecast, but
switch it up if
since
you
we haven't
need
had
to.
an event like this that's happened in the modern era, I feel like it's just very tough for people to know what to do. And you know, from your perspective,
But
you're an actual meteorologist. I'm sure
you
read some of the
are,
stuff that they put out.
you have
I
a
mean, how do
new
you
love
interpret this?
offer,
What was
but
the
you're
action that you
waiting
take,
for
and how do you look
divine
back on it and
timing for
maybe
that.
learn from the event a little bit?
Yeah, this
Yeah, it's the million-dollar question, and like you said,
your karmic is
facets of the
drinking,
forecasting process. That includes the
trying to
National Hurricane Center,
escape
that includes the Weather Prediction Center
the
with their
pain,
excessive
the
rainfall outlook, and it
detachment.
includes all the local weather service offices, including
Oh,
here
you are
in
healing
Greenville, Spartanburg, as you said.
to.
They all did a really great job with the forecast. It was really
You
good.
may
It
travel
just
to
becomes
your
a question
twin.
of how does that information
You
get
may
to the
travel to
public?
your twin.
You know, there's lots of
Okay, let's see
different
what
ways
else.
that it can get to the public. It can go through
Oh,
NOAA weather radio.
you or her,
Things like social
you or
media,
your
and go through
ex
shows like Fox
longing,
Weather and such.
longing.
And you know, people
You
watch
may
it,
be
but, you know,
longing
not
for your
everybody has
twin,
cable,
or
not
your
everybody has social
ex
media,
is
so how do you
longing
get that
for
information
you.
out there?
Oh,
And
yeah.
for the past year, I've been really thinking about
You're
this.
longing
I
for
analyze
this
weather
new
events, I analyze flooding
beginning
events, but
with
the
your twin.
response to how
Yeah.
you get people to sort of
Yeah.
evaluate or take actionable information,
Your
even if the
karmic
weather
has
forecast
inner
isn't perfect.
conflict.
And that's where we need a lot of social scientists. this. We need a lot of folks that understand the meteorology, but also know how
in a
people
conflict
function, essentially. And we definitely need a lot more of those in our workforce.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough looking back.
Tell
on it.
me
I always
about
kind of just put
this
myself in the
karmic.
shoes of somebody living
Let
out
me
there,
see.
and let's say I've got my family.
Oh,
I've got 3 young daughters, a wife. Let's say I'm living in one of these houses, and I'm a
this
meteorologist.
I
even.
started
So I
to
know how
ask about the
interpret this
chaser.
information that's
Clarify
coming in.
about
I
the
still don't even
chaser.
know what I would have done until
You
after
left
I
her.
saw what
You
the
left
event
that
actually was.
ass
It's very
hanging.
difficult to actually visualize an event
That card came
this
up.
bad happening. And I
You
think the
left
other thing
that
is,
ass
you know, people that don't
hanging.
live in this area don't really
All
understand
right.
what it's like. I used to vacation, you know, around the Asheville area a lot with
You
my wife when we lived
rejected
in
them.
Atlanta. We'd go get a little cabin
You
out in the woods.
rejected
There are a lot of houses
them.
and cabins out there
Oh,
that are just
you don't
very
have no love
isolated
for
from,
them at all.
you know, the rest of town.
No,
And
you
so
don't.
it's not like as
You
easy
don't.
as it is to evacuate from, let's say, a
Yeah,
bigger place.
you're
You've got a lot of terrain,
healing.
etc.
You're healing,
You know, I mean, what
facing
do you
your
think
shadow
the correct
self,
course of action would have been? Do you think,
going
looking back on
within
this,
and
you know, some kind
healing.
of evacuation could have been a
But
decent idea?
That is certainly a lesson learned. You know, when
but
people
your
think about
karmic is
hurricanes when they're on the coastline,
still holding
you know
on.
your
Your
evacuation
karmic
route, you
is
know your
still
evacuation
holding
zone, you know
on.
where to go. It's a
Damn.
little tougher in the mountains because there's almost 3 problems that you're experiencing, especially when it comes to lean.
Okay, let's see. What do you contemplate?
Rainfall. You know, as you
Oh,
mentioned, we had the predecessor rainfall
contemplation
basically 6 to 8
and
inches
karmic
of rain
love.
before Helene even came. And when Helene came, we got another 6 to 8 inches.
Okay, you have
So that was sort of the
contemplation and karmic love.
So, you know, I think Asheville Regional Airport had a maximum wind gust of about 50 miles per hour, which isn't really high.
I don't know what you're contemplating on,
you know,
karmic
wet and
love.
saturated. That's enough to knock the trees over.
Forgiving
the
them?
thing that a lot of people didn't really think about.
You don't have to ask for their forgiveness.
And mudslides. And those are
You
the
just
tougher ones
forgive them
those are so
for yourself.
heavily localized. And when you live in a community that only has one road out, you know, what do? You know, if a mudslide takes over that,
Three's a crowd.
take over that, you know, you have nowhere else to go. So it becomes a very faceted problem, you know, depending on where you live. And it's really a tough solution.
Yeah, it really is compared to other weather events for sure. I think you make a really good point. And I feel like the elevation here may have played into this a little bit. I'm curious your thoughts on this.
I don't
because,
know.
You know, we always talk about the predecessor rain event, the huge amount
You
of rain.
may have.
Obviously, I think this amount of rain, no matter
you
what,
may
is
have
gonna
a
cause some huge
child
issues. But especially with the
with
strength
your
of the
karmic.
wind and the direction that
Three's
it's
a
coming
crowd.
in,
You may have a child with your
karmic.
karmic.
It sits in a little bit of a valley here. It's still at 2,100 feet, but you've got tall mountains that are all around. So the wind coming in here.
Yeah, you may have a child with your karmic.
The flow of all the moisture and all the rain was coming in out of the south. So I think as that accelerated up the mountainsides a little bit, that probably enhanced the rain.
Or I can. You could have a child with your karmic, or you could want a child with your twin.
Mountainsides, and then filling up the main rivers that go through town. You think that
Miracle.
Too?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a fun fact we like to tell people is that there's actually a 30-mile difference between the driest part of
the karmic is shattered. The karmic is hurt.
Asheville Regional Airport is one of the driest.
The karmic is hurt.
Because as you mentioned, we're kind of in a valley.
And you know, what I'm feeling is you could get custody of your child too. If you have a child with your karmic, you could get custody of your child.
We got the Smoky Mountains.
Yeah.
And we got the escarpment that kind of, you know, is in between North and South Carolina. And when you have this southerly type of wind, which is what we had with both the predecessor rain event and you're just bringing in all this moisture.
Okay. Just to let you know.
You do get a lot more moisture in the area. So
just to let you know, Libra.
And then, you know, once that rain falls and hits the ground, now you're kind of leaving meteorology and you're entering hydrology because that water has to go somewhere. So it all gets funneled, you know, goes down.
This new beginning.
It ends up in either the Swananoa River or the
this
French
new
Broad
beginning.
River. And an interesting fact about us
with your
is that
twin
French Broad River,
flame.
actually, the water from that river flows northward. So all the water.
It's a soul contract.
River ended up into Tennessee, which is technically
you will
north
be
of us,
happy.
and ended up in rivers like the Pigeon River, and the
You
Gulf
will be
River,
happy.
And they had some problems down there in towns like Newport, Tennessee, and Irwin, Tennessee. So
So, if I were you,
Wow, very interesting.
I would go for that once in a lifetime offer right here.
The area so well. Yeah, we heard a lot about the
Yeah, if I was
you
you.
know, it just amazes me when I look at some of these before and afters, Jared. I mean,
Your karmic, you may work with your karmic, you may work with your karmic, and there is a separation between the two of you.
5 times the width. I mean, it's just crazy how much water has to get.
But that right along
the river.
Your karmic is angry as hell. Who gives a fuck?
Real quick, we got about 30 seconds
Put it in
here.
Lord's hands. Let the Lord handle it.
After watching an event like this happen,
You sacrifice your karmic for your twin.
The important thing is that it's going to happen again. We've had it happen
Yep.
here in 1916 and 2004.
You decided to go with your twin.
And how do we prepare for that? You know,
because with your karmic is unrequited love. There's not enough love there to keep it going. But it is attraction with your twin.
I know you reached out to me, I think it was last week. You're like, hey, I was in Asheville during
the two of you will compromise.
Me twice. I want to pick your brain about that for sure. I really appreciate the time. That was some really great insight.
But right now, no, your karmic is lonely.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Fox Weather and I will be
your
right
karmic
back
is so lonely. Okay, but she is watching you. She watching you. And she's still waiting.
Onboard Wi-Fi that goes wherever you go.
Yeah.
How it should be.
Let me see. What else?
Hyundai Elantra.
Let me see.
Get 2.9% APR for 48 months on the Hyundai Elantra.
On
Visit
the
your local Hyundai dealer today.
karmic. T on the karmic.
1 minute, it's smooth driving.
Give me the T on Libra's karmic.
But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4
Give me the T on, what's the T on?
Come to you for free. Anytime, anywhere, and do everything you need to get back on the road.
Libra's karmic.
Come on. Safe Light Replace. Go to safelight.com and get it fixed now and pay later.
Get ready with me. I'm going to do a no makeup look in 2 minutes. So I'm going to get ready.
I'll be so glad when I move.
I love their foundation. It hides any unevenness
I'll
that I have. It
be
doesn't
so
sit
glad
in my lines like
when
other
I
foundations, and it's not
move.
pigmented. Okay, now that that's all even, the blush highlights the cheekbone perfectly. Now the
I
highlight.
have more room.
Oh, look at that glow. It doesn't even feel like makeup.
I have more room. Yeah.
The bloat, the fog, slow metabolism.
What is the
Is this just how it
T
is? I'm Dr.
on-
Sarah Rahal. As a double board certified physician, I can tell you, no, this isn't normal. It's your body stuck in defense
Libra,
mode.
you
That's
have an
why it's
inheritance
with over 400
coming
bioactive
in.
nutrients that support your body's original blueprint.
You have an
Experience less
inheritance
bloat,
coming
more
in.
clarity, natural energy.
It don't have to be money, it could be
Trusted by over
spiritual.
1 million customers. Start your revival of health today.
My name is Whitney Allen. I'm a widow, and my husband Ryan died when he was 35 years old. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance for either of us.
Oh.
The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is.
You
so
better
fast
watch
and
the
easy.
people
You can
around
quote
you.
in seconds.
Don't tell nobody
5
about your
minutes and
inheritance.
get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage.
Check your price today at ethos.com.
Barry, check this out. With On Deck, we can get a small business home fast and start hiring more help right away. Or loan cannon!
What else do people need to know?
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan.
Don't tell nobody about
The
your
online lender makes it
inheritance.
easy to choose your loan, and if approved, get funds as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck.
Or maybe you could be thinking of a strategy of something. I don't know. Only you know that.
Where is the hurricane capital of the U.S.? There is no official definition of hurricane capital, of course. Eastern North Carolina has more tracks near it than any place else on the U.S. coast. But if you're talking about direct hits, you're talking about Miami. Look at the historic storm tracks. 2 hurricanes took essentially the same path in 1906 right over downtown. Then the giant eye of the Great Miami Hurricane of 1926 passed over the city. Then a
What else
freak
do
hurricane in
people
November
need
of
to know about
1935 came from
their
Bermuda.
climate?
An October storm in 1948 came over downtown.
What
Then
else do
Hurricane
people
King
need
from the
to know
south
about
came
their
just 2
climate?
years later in 1950.
Ooh.
And finally, Hurricane Cleo.
Child
in
services
1964.
may be
7
called upon
hurricanes
them,
in 7
and maybe
decades came
that's
over downtown
probably
Miami.
how you
You
would
might be
get your
surprised that
child.
Hurricane Andrew is not included in the list, but its center passed
Your
about 20
comic
miles
recorded
to the south of
case.
downtown, damaging or destroying well over 100,000 homes and businesses. And we don't include the great Labor Day hurricane of 1935 that swept away Alamorada and the surrounding part of the Florida Keys, and the railroad that connected Key West to Miami.
Yeah.
This map from the National Hurricane Center
The
shows
person
the
is
historical
on
hurricane
drugs
hotspots. Look for the red dots.
and
Besides
or
South Florida,
alcohol.
there's New
They have
Orleans
bad
and the North
habits.
Carolina
Your
coast.
person has
The
a
numbers
bad
on
habit.
that map indicate the average number of years between times that historical hurricanes have come within
They
60
are
miles
in
of each of those
obsessed.
locations.
They
You
are
probably
obsessed
noticed
with
that
you
every
too.
place from Texas
Libra.
to New England has a hurricane history. Fox Weather has you covered this hurricane season.
They
Find
are
out how to stream us
toxic,
free at foxweather.tv.
very toxic
Welcome
and
back to Fox Weather at
unhealthy.
Night. I'm
The
meteorologist
relationship
Alan
is
Barcelona.
very, very
This is
unhealthy.
And that means it's time for the state of the atmosphere. Thing we've been doing on here recently. I think we'll keep doing it for a little while. This is where I just kind of start with a wide view of the country.
All they wanted
And
was
we jump around
money.
and
What
talk
you
about
got,
some of the biggest
what you
stories
have.
and really just dig into
A
some of
roof
the
over
details.
your
I'm gonna show you
head,
some
food in
cameras
their
for some of
mouth.
these weather events as well. I'm going to do something
They
a little
wanted
bit unique tonight.
they were
Actually
codependent on
I'm
you.
going to zoom in on these 2 storm systems right here, Invest 94L and what is now Tropical Storm Umberto. This is visible satellite imagery from a little while ago because the sun's down now. But I
Bad karma is
give you an
coming
idea of
to
exactly where they are. This is going to be
him or her.
very
Bad
challenging
karma is
forecast.
coming to him
And
or
I
her.
think anybody that lives along the southeast coast
Yeah.
of the United States, really
Mhm.
anywhere along the east coast of the U.S., you got to watch this forecast really closely. It's way too early to get into specifics. We don't
They done
know
got
whether
hooked on
either of these
drugs
storms is
now.
gonna hit the U.S. or not. Right now, they're both
They
generally
done
gonna be
started
moving toward the
really,
west
really getting
and
hooked on
northwest. Remember,
drugs.
this is your tropical storm. This is your Invest right now, but I've seen a little circulation there southwest of Puerto Rico. This one could cause some flooding in Puerto Rico. What I want to do here is relate what's going on over the U.S. right now to how that's going to pan into the forecast as these systems get a little bit closer to the southeast. So for that, we go to the water vapor imagery, and what do we know? Here through the eastern part of the U.S., and that's out ahead of a big trough. You can actually see the trough there. The trough of that low pressure that's going to be swinging this way over the next couple of days. Now, in general, when you got a big trough or an area of low pressure, a frontal system, whatever you want to call it, because it's all of those things.
Oh, damn.
You got one of those moving off the east coast of the U.S. right as some kind
I'm
of,
sorry.
tropical system is trying to
I
get
am
closer to the east coast
so
of the U.S.
sorry, y'all.
Of acting as a blockade and moving a storm farther out to sea.
I knocked
this
this
down.
down.
Is really not quite that. It's not that simple because what's going to end up happening is the timing doesn't really work out all
They're
that
dreaming
well.
and
This trough,
your karmic
gonna
is
move off the east
daydreaming
coast
and
then kinda die down a little bit before,
fantasizing about
the
you.
systems get close to the U.S. So here's Umberto. You'll see
Oh,
future
they
and
got
Melda
you
coming
heavy
up here at
on
some
them,
point, too.
man.
This is the future here. So we're looking at the forecast model, what's going on up in the mid levels of the
Forgive
atmosphere.
me,
And
y'all.
something
I
interesting happens.
knocked
So you see
that
trough gets
phone
off the east
down.
coast and then just kind of dies down and gets sucked up into this big area of high pressure. The other thing I notice on here is that the jet stream is way up toward the north.
Wasting
If
time.
we had a setup where we've got the jet stream way up toward the north,
They
area of high pressure right
they
here,
are not trying
most
to
often,
heal
I'm seeing just a big
themselves.
open mouth right here.
They're
that would
not
allow
accepting the
storms
change.
to come in and hit the
Yeah.
east coast of the U.S. That would be the setup. Again, it's not quite that simple this time around because what's going to happen is Umberto
They're not
gets
accepting the
sucked into this
change.
west side of the high pressure front
They
here, the
do
tropical
have
high, that's the
multiple
Bermuda high that's off
lovers.
the coast, and it will end up somewhat
They
blocking
don't like
that
your
flow for
shine.
some
You
degree. So you see that?
shining.
See see it gets sucked up into that high. Let me zoom in on it a little bit.
They
And then all of a sudden, you
force
don't have
shit
this
on you,
east to west
try
flow
to
anymore.
force shit
Now,
on
while
you.
all that's
They
going
may
on,
be
and again,
trying to
we're gonna
force
dig
you
into stuff here on this show. This is
to
what we do. But I
travel
want to
with
explain to you
them
why this is such a
somewhere.
complicated setup.
You don't need to
So
do that.
there is going to be an
Keep
area of low
your
pressure sitting over
ass
the eastern
away
U.S.
from
You see
them.
this counterclockwise fin here? This is what we call a cutoff
Don't travel
flow.
no
Why we
damn
call it
where.
cutoff flow? Because it's cut off from the main flow. This is the main flow. The jet stream steers things
With
usually.
them.
When you get a cutoff flow, it doesn't move very much, and they tend to be a little bit weaker. Now, I mentioned how in most cases when you have a low that's sitting over the eastern U.S., it tends to move off the coast and block storm systems from coming in. The
They
problem
want to
in this case
fight,
is that it's not moving very much, so it's just
and
sit
they
there
are
over the
a
eastern US,
spiritual
and it may actually work
hater.
to try and pull future Imelda
Yes,
on
they
shore.
are a
It's going to be a battle
spiritual
between
hater.
Puerto to the east and this cutoff low that's farther toward the west. This low's trying to pull
you
future Imelda
are
onshore, and then
uninterested
pull it offshore
in your third
so,
party.
Again,
This is
very,
for
very complicated
whoever
setup.
it
You see the Bermuda Eye moves
resonates
farther out
with.
toward the east. But boy, what a change in a couple of days. This is Tuesday, by the way, and this is when things are going to get really interesting. Let me back this up a little bit, and you look at this setup right here. Broad
Your
high
person
pressure,
intimidates you
storms on the
or
southeast
tries
side of that
to
high pressure.
intimidate you.
Steering currents coming in this way, trough coming off the east coast of the U.S.
Yeah.
So, to me, initially, this looks like it's going to be kind of a
Tries to intimidate you.
block the storms that are coming in from the east. But just seeing what a unique situation this is and how things really kind of break down. That trough just
When your
you somehow get a
karma get on your nerves, this is what you turn to.
Cuts off the flow of the high.
You turn to so you can ground yourself.
This particular
after the argument or whatever y'all had. The argument, fussing, fighting, what?
Which is where two tropical systems
you
are close enough together that they
walk
have to
away and you go and you get yourself grounded.
One can swallow the other.
And
model showing that.
just
Forecast models are showing everything now. Latest run of the Euro AI actually has Imelda making a landfall here somewhere.
You get it together. You try to get it together.
And then making another landfall by next weekend. Again, that's just one forecast model run, so don't take it too seriously. But you get the idea. Anything's on the table right now. A lot of models have things.
They don't want you happy. Your karmic do not want you happy.
That's going to be some kind
straight
of
up.
All right, that is a lot.
But some of y'all, you cock block them. You're blocking them. You're blocking your karmic because they done played out and shit. They played all out and shit.
Especially farther inland. It's been the Ohio Valley. It's been the interior Northeast. And tomorrow, Thursday, it's going to be your turn along the coast. I know we've had some showers around, but the main event for the East Coast comes tomorrow. So here's the severe weather outlook. This doesn't look like it's that big of a deal, right? It's a level 1.
You're a hustler.
Risk, but
you're a hustler.
A little spot up here, especially on the north side of it.
Now, when I see this,
Delmarva, but there's a little spin in the air. We could see a tornado.
When I say a hustler, you work. You have a job.
We've already had some rain around. That's a little further inland, obviously.
No.
It's been a little while since we've seen significant rain.
No, you're focusing on your money, so you're focusing on your job.
July, to see a day where we've had at least an inch of rain, and we've got some drought developed. It's most
you focus on getting,
and we're going to get some rain up there, but it's not going to be enough to kill the drought. Obviously.
You're more focused on your job, not more focused, but. You are focused on your job, though.
It's usually a little more clear during the first half of the day. That allows the air.
Let me rephrase that. This card came out with these two cards right here.
Well, in this case,
your karmic is focused on getting money from you.
Here's the question. Are we going to clear out enough here before the main line of storms?
She makes shit up to try to get that money from you. She may tell you all lies or whatever. She's trying to find some kind of evidence, some kind of proof of how much money you make, I guess.
Keep in mind. So I'll back it up a little bit. Remember, During the morning, you're going to wake up. It's going to be rainy, probably a little bit on the cooler side.
Oh,
misty,
she's
whatever.
doing this.
And then if we clear out and
She's
see some
taking you to
sunshine,
court.
expect some nasty storms during the afternoon. If we don't clear out, we'll still get some thunderstorms.
This
but
may have
it's not
already
gonna be
happened.
taller,
This
for
may have
instance, some big
already
gales and raging
happened,
winds and things
or
like
it's
that
going
would
to
be a little bit
happen.
lower. Either way, this gets off the coast a little bit after midnight, and
She
we'll be
got
done
your
with
comic. She
that.
got
But
her
this is gonna be a
comic
decent amount of
friends
rain.
digging up
Some
dirt
spots could see
for
2 or
her.
3 inches. That is a significant amount of rain, and we'll certainly be
On
prepared for it.
you,
All right,
digging
that's
up
enough for the
dirt
state of the atmosphere. We got 2 spots. We gotta
for
spend
her
time
on
on
you.
those crazy storms off the southeast coast. Let's talk about this. How about
Okay,
the
I'm going to
rainbow?
leave it
You ever
right
seen this
there,
before?
Libra.
Nottinghamshire, up in the UK.
You
This
all
was
have a
taken on
blessed
September
night,
13th, so it was a little
and
while ago. Some
I will
skydivers
get
there.
back
And did you know
with
that
another
every
reading with
rainbow is
Gemini
actually a full circle? It's
later.
just that most often
Okay?
we can't see it because we're too close to the
Y'all
surface
have
that
sweet
the
dreams,
ground literally
okay?
cuts off
And
half of the rainbow. Very, very cool stuff. The other thing is on this that you notice an actual double rainbow there, right? So that actually keeps going on for a very long time. You can see
be back later.
many different versions of the
Bye.
rainbow that keep getting harder and harder